I don't care if you've been hearing La Plega yell, Donde está Senor Leon Kennedy all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Blackening Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the stack. No, from the Vista. Smoke me out, fam, with all that dang shit on my left. Oldest ninja in the world, Old Ninja.
Damn. This is signs that Prodigy's getting old. He can't tell where he is anymore.
But I'm always right where I need to be. All right. Engineering on the ones and twos, Chuck Bill on the threes, for us, Kronus.
Like Donald Trump throwing money, hitting everybody and they auntie up, trying to find someone to come perform for me before I mess his whole entire country up. Royce the 5'9". I like that dude.
The bars. I like it.
I
Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
People think the pepperoni don't belong on a pizza, but the question is, does pizza belong on pepperoni? Or no, pineapple. Shit, fuck that up.
Let's say pepperoni pizza has been a thing. Like,
Yeah, I meant to say pineapple. Damn it, fucked up. All right. Y'all can't be gold. Sometimes they're they can't be A plus. Somebody got to throw an F in there.
You gotta keep it honest.
yeah, an effort, zero fucks. All right. Kronos, you usually have some type of statistical analysis.
That I do. First in chat would be my boy Patrick. Thank you very much for once again joining us, even though it might not be for that long because it's late as fuck your time. But I appreciate it. And listener of the week would be O space G.
Oh, G?
Yeah.
I like it.
That's their name.
That's an original game. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I feel like
All
I've
right.
seen it before. I mean, other than like rap songs and this and that, but
So you gotta check out this this beer that I got. Yeah. I'm gonna open it first and then I'll show you guys what it's called.
So let me open it first. It's awesome.
Oh, it's probably backwards.
Work from home.
Yeah.
I like it.
oh, nice.
What, is that pancakes on there too?
Yeah.
There you go.
You know how we do
Okay.
work from home? You can have an
Is it
actual
a
nice
maple bourbon?
What's up?
I mean, is it a maple porter or stout?
Yeah, it's got adjuncts, but still, I don't mind adjuncts that much. It's a breakfast porter, but it's barrel
There you
aged. So
I like it.
yeah, it's definitely got adjuncts in there. I didn't know
Old
what that was for
ninjas.
a long time. It was funny. Patrick's in the chat, so he'll understand what I'm talking about because he kept telling me, him and other people in the Brothers in Craft Beer group, were talking about how they don't like beers with adjuncts, and for a long time I didn't really understand like what they actually were in beer. And so basically adjuncts are basically anything that they add into a beer that's not the basic like Reinheitsgebot level of like beer purity.
Oh,
So if it
Yeah.
has anything more than just like it's like malt, water, hops, and like
Hops.
yeast. Like if
Yeast.
it's anything else added, that's considered adjuncts. So like when you have things like chocolate and other spices and stuff like that, those are adjuncts. And there are sometimes they add in kind of too much shit, and you can tell it's like
Yeah, you can go overboard with anything,
yeah,
yeah.
but a little bit,
I mean, you like what you like.
yeah.
I mean, so with your how was it, like the double porters ones with the porter be not porter the double barrel bourbon porters that they have out there with the bourbon be considered adjunct?
So that I have to ask. I mean, Patrick's in the chat, so he probably know, but I don't think it would be considered because basically they're getting the flavor of the bourbon from the barrel. So unless they're adding in, unless they're adding in actual, bourbon, which sometimes they do. So, like the bourbon would
like
definitely be
that
an adjunct. So, yeah. Yes, it's nerd alert. This is a super beer nerd shit right here.
if you add a lime to your Mexican lager, is that considered?
No, because I mean it's what was added into the beer during its like brewing.
Oh,
Yeah.
only during brewing, so nothing after. Okay, all right, that's good to know. All right, Old Ninja, who we pouring out some adjunct beer for?
Yeah, and also
Or what type of malt beverage is it?
Aged in a barrel is not an adjunct. So Patrick confirmed. Thank you very much, nerd.
Good shit.
Good to know.
He's all, thank you very much, nerd. That's all bad. Oh my goodness. I didn't get this right. So I guess we are pouring out some adjunct, I guess, for the 6 victims of the Tennessee school shooting
Oof.
from the Covenant School, a private Christian school, where a shooter came in and killed, I believe it was 4 students and 2
Three
staff,
students and 3 staff members.
or 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm looking at all this stuff because literally this is a ever-changing story because there's a lot of details about the shooting. I mean, this is going to be most like our first topic. So we're going to segue into that, I imagine. But there's been a lot of like things about the shooting and questions about gun control, obviously, because every time there's a mass shooting, there's always talks about gun control. This one in particular is more focused because everyone's talking about the gender of the shooter. Like, as if that's important, as if their gender identity killed people for some weird reason. The name of the students I'm gonna shoot out: Emily, Emily Dickhouse, Haley Scruggs, and William Kinney. All 3 were 9 years old.
God
And then
damn.
the adults, including the head doctor, or she's the I believe the head mistress, Cynthia Peck, Catherine Kuntz, and Mike Hill. Catherine Kuntz is the head of the school. So R.I.P. to all of those who were murdered by the killer on what was it, Thursday? Was it Thursday or Friday when this happened?
Today's Wednesday. I thought it was just a couple days ago, but my days are all off.
Yeah.
Same here. So yeah, I think it's just a very unfortunately it's like another day, as some people have been posting on Twitter. Like it's just another day in America. Unfortunately, this one is a little different because everyone's all talking about this was a girl who did this. So, but then they're like, oh, she gender identifies as a male. So this is a lot of like talking points on these two more than the victims.
Which is fucked up.
Yeah, the amount of rage that I have every single time this happens now is escalating more and more and more. And it's, I mean, y'all know me. I used to be like a pretty decent, gun advocate. But like the cost is too high, and it's been too high for me for a long time now. And these things keep happening, and certain folks, a certain population section of America keeps giving more and more excuses on why we need to keep having these weapons, even though they're literally killing our kids. The number one cause of death for kids age 18 and below is firearms now. That's the number one fucking cause of death. That is embarrassing. And every single time this happens, people want to make excuses on anything but the access to firearms. And again, this person legally bought 7 firearms, and she had mental health issues that her parents knew about. And she was 28 years old, so obviously, like, it's not on her parents at this point. But the fact that this person with mental health issues that I think sought help for them at some point was not flagged by any sort of law, was a quote-unquote law-abiding citizen, a legal gun owner, went in and committed this mass atrocity, shows that our current system of firearm laws are broken, because this is a few in a row now where somebody legally bought a firearm and then committed murder. So, mass murder. So if you can't recognize that the laws need to be changed, then there's something wrong with you. There's something seriously wrong with you, because we have all kinds of laws for other things that definitely do have an impact on, behavior. Like when people talk about, anything other than like firearms, like when it comes to like, say, driving deaths, especially when it comes to like people inside the car, we have all kinds of safety features, and we have all kinds of, you have to get a license, you have to renew that license, all this other kinds of shit. There's other kinds of things that are not as serious as literal fucking children dying that we pay attention to, and we put on basic safety rails on these other sorts of issues. And we have laws to discourage people from doing these things. Like, people want to talk about drunk driving. Well, drunk driving is illegal. And if you're caught drunk driving, then you'll go to jail, and there's significant consequences for doing these things. Meanwhile, you can literally go out and buy a firearm with mental health issues and they don't know about it, and you can go out and kill a bunch of people. And at this point, just saying, oh, we could just murder is already illegal. I get that. But the problem is we need to remove the actual tool that's being used to commit all these murders. So if you want to say, oh, well, people are stabbing, the stabbings will go up, or the baseball bat deaths will go up, or fucking whatever. Okay. If that happens, then maybe we can adjust. But I think the first thing we need to do is reduce the amount of access to these sorts of firearms especially for certain kinds of people. And if there's some sort of other impact, then we can go from there. But we need to see what that impact is first. We need to at least fucking try with some sort of meaningful, gun reform for the sake of our goddamn children, because they're literally our future. The American lifespan has gone down in America significantly over the past few years, and it's going to continue to decline if we do not take the next generation of Americans seriously by allowing, people with mental health issues or whoever the fuck else to have access to these firearms and commit these kinds of atrocities. We're killing ourselves with this shit, and it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'm there with you in terms of the frustration. I'll just simply say this. I'm very pessimistic. I don't see any end in sight. I don't think America has any soul with this or any sense of enough outrage that politicians, legislators, whoever, lobbyists. I don't see anything changing. Sandy Hook was how many years ago? Yeah,
Oh, actually, I actually do have a small sliver of hope because that guy, Representative Frost, he's on the House of Representatives. He was actually one of the guys that organized March for Our Lives with David Hogue. That's how you spell it, Hogue, right? And he is pushing hard on gun reform, and he's calling out a lot of these, even though obviously he's a freshman member of Congress, and he's like the youngest member of Congress, and he's a Gen Zer. But he's going ham on these Republicans, regarding gun laws and gun reform. So hopefully he can keep pushing that, and other people will eventually wake up and realize that this is a serious issue, because they keep talking about shit that doesn't matter. There's a new in Kentucky. This guy was a day after this shit happened. He had a bill to basically fortify schools. Yeah. And one of them was well, if they lock the doors, once again, they go to this locked door bullshit. It's all right, listen, unless you literally have a goddamn safe door, you can just shoot through you can shoot through a lock. It's not difficult. A shotgun will blow out the vast majority of locks.
So I'm gonna pause real quick. If you watch the video, because the police have released the video, the person that entered the school shot out the doors had windows.
Yep.
So they had these little pane windows or whatnot. The shooter shot those windows out. The doors were locked. They just reached in around, unlocked the door, and whoop, they're just right in there.
She probably crawled through the door. She shot one of those doors. She crawled through.
Yeah. So the one that I saw, because I saw part of it, she unlocked one set of doors. There are two sets of doors. One of them she unlocked. I didn't see the first set. I didn't see her crawl in. But either way, the window was big enough for anyone to crawl through, obviously.
But just to go back to this too, I'm still pessimistic. Even with people talking the good game, we've heard a whole lot of talk. It's about the money, the lobbyists. Those are the folks who get people reelected. They put a whole bunch of money in politicians' hands. I don't see a tsunami in Congress that's going to go against the lobbyists. I just don't see it. And I hate that, but I don't see it. I don't see an end in sight at all. I'm very pessimistic. I don't see this changing one bit. And I will say this, I remember, what was it, a few years back when New Zealand had a mass shooting. They changed that shit within less than 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
I want to say, you don't see anything close to that level.
We have crazy bans on fucking books that kids can read, but yet we still have fucking crazy ass nothing's happening with guns. You can't buy. I was Mark Twain's one of those books that kids can't read, right?
Yep.
Just because certain words being used, but we're pitting our Congress is putting their energy into dumb fucking shit instead of like
wokeness.
trying to focus on like the points of like wokeness. Like, oh, everybody's woke and blah blah. But like,
Not
you know,
even-
they're coming up to TikTok just because, you know, you could right now somebody posted up. If you go on TikTok right now and just Google, or not Google, but search for the word France, you can just see all the fucking shit that's happening in France, all the violence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You go on Instagram, look up France, it's all picture perfect shit, like people going on vacation and this and that. Like, you don't see what's really happening in France, and like it's almost like they're trying to quiet TikTok from like, I don't know, from showing you the truth. I mean, TikTok's not a perfect tool. I mean, yeah, there's some shit behind it, but like, yeah, like it still has some useful information that you can find on there. But like, government's trying to ban it. Like, what the fuck? But they're not focusing on guns that are killing kids.
Can I just say this on the TikTok thing? And I know we'll come back to it, but I find it extremely funny when we're talking about, you know, Chinese spyware and everything with the social media app. There's American spyware, motherfuckers. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like,
they don't care about that.
I know, but like, every single major corporate, from Facebook to Twitter to Google and whatnot, they sell your data like fucking hotcakes every time. Like, the reason why when you search for one time a year ago an electric shaver and you still see ads all over your fucking inbox and whatnot right now, it's because they have your data.
Every time you go to a fucking website nowadays, it asks you if you want to, if they can look at your cookies. It's like, what the fuck?
Well,
why?
That was because of a law. And what's funny is that the main reason why. So first of all, most people that are in Congress, they don't understand how the internet works, like at all, like even on like a basic level, they just don't understand. And then the second thing is like when it comes to like selling your data, like that, it's the only way that you can currently have social media to be free. Mm-hmm. And so I think that that's what most people don't really seem to understand. Even people that have a vague understanding of how the internet works, these things should not really be free. They just these should be paid for services. But the only reason why they are free is because they're selling your data back and forth, and they're making a lot of money doing it. And so that's when you get into we should. I mean, there's been multiple people that have said this, but you should basically be getting a check when they sell your data. You need to have part of that revenue because you are the product, and they're basically selling a product for free.
Yeah,
put us out.
Yeah, but like this whole thing of, again, the pot calling the kettle black. You know, oh, TikTok is malicious and all that. Sure, all of them are.
Yeah,
to a certain extent. Like, what the fuck?
They asked that dude. They asked the guy how many kids did TikTok kill, and I was just like, what the bruh? You're asking this in America? If I was that CEO, I'd have asked, what's the number one cause of death in America? Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, why
well,
don't you
it's
deal with
funny
that?
because like when they asked that question, I was like, okay, are they gonna give us the answer? Like, what's the number that? And I actually Googled it, and like when you look up like TikTok deaths, they bring out the blackout challenges where people were choking each other out and trying to get like some kind of weird high. But like some people were dying from it from asphyxiation. But like
I can't.
That was like the only thing that came up when you Googled it.
But even that, like I can't blame TikTok unless the only thing I would blame TikTok for is the inability for them to censor that content quickly enough.
Yep.
But the challenge is on the users. It's on the people that are doing it. TikTok is not forcing them to do that.
Yeah, same thing with the crate challenge and whatnot. I mean,
remember the Tide Pods?
Yeah.
That wasn't TikTok though.
No. Just saying
that was Facebook,
a different social media platform.
Yeah.
These stupid crazes happen all the time, and some of them are dead as fuck.
I mean, Facebook isn't. I don't know if Facebook is being sued for people who kill other people on Facebook Live, like the mother who killed the father in front of their children on Facebook Live like a week ago. Like, Facebook doesn't go to court for that shit. Those people did that. And then the only reason why they brought the TikTok CEO to Congress is because they're based out of China. And they're all scared that there's spyware on all these millions of people's phones. It's like, dude, what makes you... It's an app. It's a free app. And, like, the questions senators were asking, it was like, dude, do you not know how to work your Wi-Fi? Like, oh, can you use TikTok to turn on your Wi-Fi? It's like, what?
The Tide Pod challenge started on YouTube.
Yeah. There you go.
And
Yep.
Yeah, YouTube is just
this
fine.
was in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Remember 2018, the good old days?
No.
Jesus Christ.
It was the Wild Wild West out there.
It really was. It really was.
It's so weird. It's like, dude, no one's coming after Elon Musk for the 500% increase of the N word either. Like
No.
things like that, people getting killed on TikTok or Twitter. Nobody's taking them to court. I don't know why they brought them to Congress.
Hey, look, with Elon, say whatever you want in terms of his fanboys and defenders. He's let known white supremacist Nazis just come right the fuck back on there, like welcome them with open arms and shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that tells you
You got Kool-Aid in the back.
Even though apparently Marjorie Taylor Greene had her account suspended apparently recently. That's what I understand.
All right.
What
was?
Wait, was there not? Did we pour out anything else for anybody else? Or
No. That's like 6 bottles right there. What you
There
talking
you
about?
go.
Did I actually? I have an RRP I want to go over. I'm not sure if I guys talked about this last week when I was out, but there was a local DJ in the Bay Area called
Oh no,
JV.
So that happened. So that happened after we casted. So
Okay. So local DJ JV, also known as Jeffrey Vandergriff, he went missing back in February. He was known for being suffering from Lyme disease, which has had a huge impact on his mental health. He actually tried to commit suicide, I think like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. His wife Natasha Yee had found him in the car with he tried to do the whole garage door close with the exhausting. So she found him like almost unconscious, and she was able to revive him and was able to get him help that he needed. But yeah, for the longest time he's been suffering from Lyme disease, and just recently on March 23rd they actually discovered his body in Fisherman's Wharf or Pier 39. Sorry, not Fisherman's Wharf, but Pier 39. They found the body. They determined it was him. But looking back at his history, like he's the guy is the Bay Area. Like everybody knows who he is. He's been a DJ since '95. He first started off down in San Jose on Hot 97 with his partner Elvis. Eventually, him, Elvis, and their future manager Hollywood would get together, and they would form the Doghouse, which they joined. They joined Wild 107.7, or became Wild 94.9. They joined them in 1995 when they took over for the Man Cow. Man Cow was another local DJ here, but he left because of his issues with his father. But he still blew up. They became the hottest morning show, even outdoing Howard Stern. They won multiple awards for their program. They released different media, like different audio and videos that just kind of show the crazy shit that they did. Like they were doing stuff before Jackass was doing stuff, which is kind of crazy. Even like a lot of stuff they were doing, like even like stuff that you would see on Fear Factor, like the Doghouse was already doing it. And there was a bunch of controversy with the group too. Like they did like crazy stunts, like they pulled off on the Golden Gate Bridge and basically stopped fucking traffic. That's kind of why they got fired, but they were brought back. But yeah, it's funny because one of the guys that was on the show we actually went to high school with, White Menace. I can't remember what his real name is. Jason McMurray. You remember him from high school, Rasan?
Yeah, vaguely. Yeah.
Well, he was at the last high school reunion, but yeah, he was one of the Doghouse staff members. But yeah, it's just really sad to hear about what happened to him because we know he was suffering from Lyme disease, and it's really taking a toll on his mental health. Like the guy was like, even though he came back onto the show and continued working on the JV morning show on 94.9, like he talked about how like it wasn't things weren't easy for him. Like, he was definitely struggling, and he felt. I mean, this isn't scientifically proven anything, but he felt that after getting the COVID-19 vaccine, that it kind of reactivated all the viruses that was in his body from the Lyme. This is from what he thought. and that kind of what triggered him to start like kind of losing it. But it's really sad. Like the guy was really funny, really generous. He gave money to like a lot of people. He helped out like a lot of families. He helped out with like a lot of charities. Even though he did like crazy stuff and all these crazy things, he still was a really cool dude. It's really sad to like know that he's no longer with us. But prayers out to his family, to his wife Natasha. If you didn't know, Natasha Yee was an import model from like back in late '90s, early 2000s. She was in Rush Hour 2. You know that scene where Jackie Chan and them they go to the spa and Chris Tucker says don't stand in front of a man in front of a buffet line or something like that. She's one of the girls that are in the group. So she also was what's it called the one show where like it's not You Want to Be a Millionaire, but the one where they have like all the girls they have the briefcases.
Yeah.
What was that show called?
Deal or No Deal?
Deal or No Deal. She was a Deal or No Deal girl as well. But yeah, it's just tragic to find out like for him to die this way.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
But yeah, it's really sad. It sucks, but he was a really cool dude, and I got to meet him once. So if you didn't know, I was on American Idol, and they were talking about me on the show, so I called in, and I told him it was me from the show, and they all like, "Oh man, like go ahead, let's hear you do your thing." And I did the song. He's like, "Man, you were horrible." Like, man, they ripped me to shred. But I know it was a lot of fun. Like, there was a lot of good time. And like every time when I met him in person, I brought it up. Of course, he didn't remember, but like he's like, "Yeah, man, it was all for show and stuff like that." But I was like, "Yeah, it's cool." But I know he's really good guy. It's sad to see that he's no longer with us. But yeah, shout out R.I.P. for JV.
Yeah, for real.
For real, it was all bad. I mean, he was missing for over a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, he disappeared February 23rd, which was like the day after his anniversary of him and his wife. Not their anniversary of meeting, but yeah, they found him a couple of days later. He was 62. He was born in 1968, March 16th, 1968. But it's kind of sad when you think about like they found him in the water, but it's like how long was he down there? Because he was missing for like a month.
Yeah.
Well, he could have jumped off he could have jumped off the Bay Bridge or the Golden Gate and then washed up at Pier 39.
Very true.
So the thing about Pier 39, it is part of Fisherman's Wharf. It's a very hot attraction at the Fisherman's Wharf. So a lot of international like people, like tourists, they all probably saw that body. So it's super unfortunate. I remember they pulled the prank. There's a couple pranks they pulled that are kind of all messed up. So there's one prank at the university in downtown San Jose State University. They put bubble bath in their fountain, and it got them in a lot of freaking trouble because apparently, like, the cops came out, like, it was all bad. Like, it bubbled up all over the freaking area. Even though there's drains and stuff, they got into a lot of trouble for that stuff. I'm like, I didn't think it was that bad, but the city did not like that whatsoever. Neither did school. So I think they got fined, but they had like a bunch of black and whites pull up on them. And then there's one. What was the big guy's name? There's a big guy that they kept doing pranks on. They had one.
Big Joe.
Yeah, there's one I remember. They had
Showbiz. It's probably Showbiz.
Well, there's one where they had him like blindfold, and they wanted him to like get a BJ from a guy and a girl, and see if he can tell which one. And he's like, "I'm not gay." They're like, "Dude, you got to do it," or they like threatened to fire him if he didn't do it. It was all bad. Yeah, there's some crazy.
One quick one. He did one prank that he did is that I guess there was like they sent a newspaper apology to like some kind of senator or whatever or some government official. But what they did is they basically in the picture they had like
Hey everybody, so I super fucked up. When I left the podcast to take care of some personal matters, my mic was still hot. And so if you were one of the few people that were in the live stream, you would have heard a whole conversation that was very private. The live stream I took down, so you won't be able to watch the video of that. But I have to heavily edit this podcast and like make it way shorter because of the conversation that was had. Someday you might be able to understand like what was said, but I can't go into like details because it's like it was super personal, and I didn't mean to do that. So sorry, you're missing a large portion of this podcast. But I know what the problem is because basically what I did was I muted myself, video and audio on the Google Meet portion of it, but I didn't mute the goddamn soundboard. So that was the main problem of why you could all hear me if you were in the live stream. It actually happened a few weeks ago as well. Devil Tank told me that there was an issue where he can hear me playing video games in the background one time, and I know what the issue is now, and it will never happen again. So sorry, I'll do better. So enjoy the rest of the podcast now. Later.
These in the games, it's the sound quality that makes a world of fucking difference. Hearing the little fucking creaking noises, the scurrying sounds above you, the fact that it's dead fucking quiet as you open this hallway, even a door closing behind you, a closet door or something like that. That shit sets the atmosphere for the haunted house, the haunted cave, wherever the fuck you are. That shit
Dude,
works.
I remember with the first Resident Evil, at least the Resident Evil director's cut, like that first fucking cutscene where you run into your first zombie in the hallway that's like sitting there like eating brains. I was like, yo, what the fuck is, and this is PlayStation 1, so the graphics is just pixelated like fuck, but like that cutscene was like, yo, what the hell? And then like there's like another scene where you're like walking down a hallway and fucking like dogs jump through the window, and it's like, holy shit, like it's just a normal empty hallway. You think you're all fine, all of a sudden fucking these canines from hell come around the window. Like the jump scares and like the audio and stuff like that really plays into a successful fucking horror game.
So really quick, I got two things, and I'm gonna segue because we're on horror and we're talking about black people. So I'm gonna throw it out there. But first, so apparently, Capcom way earlier last year was talking about, will they do Resident Evil 4 remake? We don't know if people are gonna want to, blah blah blah. So then, like when December of 2022 came about, there's already talk of redoing Resident Evil 5 and 6, doing a remake for the current fucking generation. And so people were like, what? Those games are too new. Technically, they're not really that new. They came out on the 360 and PS3.
Exactly.
So they were talking about doing remakes, and then it basically came down to money. So basically, RE4 did really well. Apparently, they're going to do the RE5 and 6 like updates for the current generation, which I think is fine. You can do like edits and stuff that you want to do. You should be able to fucking move in a shooting park. That's what I'm gonna say. But yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully that's in the works. It's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if they're working on it right this second. I would not be surprised at all.
I'm sure. And I hope they even add a whole bunch of DLC for 4. I hope they even add more DLC for Village. I'm just fucking loving the fact that Resident Evil is having a fucking renaissance. But you want to segue?
Segue. So we're talking
Wait,
about
before you segue, so we were talking about remake. Quick little Ask BWI question: what game from like back in the day would you like to see them do a remake of?
There's too many. There's too many lists for me. So
No, just one. You just got it. You only get to pick one.
I'm
too many.
gonna say I'm gonna pick more than one. I'm gonna say the whole
Yeah,
Metal Gear Solid. Fuck you, Metal Gear Solid franchise. They need to do the remake, but obviously get Hideo and get Kojima or Konami to work together and play nicely and stroke each other.
Oh, we had a question from Warrior Fellow really quick about RE4. Maybe you can answer this, Prodigy. Is Resident Evil 4 set in the 90s or 2004?
That's a great fucking question. So yes, it's shortly after the events of Part 2. I think it's and Part 2 takes place in 97, 98, something like that. So it's late 90s.
Even the remake is 98, 97, something like that.
Yeah, so still late 90s. Although they still use fucking typewriters. So
yeah, there was typewriters around back then.
That's true.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you use typewriters to save, though. They're on every desk.
Oh, let's see. Um,
Jumping back to
Yeah.
game for me, I would like to see a remake of Zone of the Enders. That was another Konami game.
Konami.
Another Konami game, and that game was a lot of fucking fun for me. And this was like PlayStation 2, I believe. They actually had a sequel. So the sequel they released on I think the sequel came out on PS2, and the sequel came with a demo copy of of Metal Gear Solid, and people think that that game sold so well just because of that fucking demo, which is probably true.
For me, I'm gonna say it came out not too. It came out in the '90s, but I would say the Rogue Squadron series. So the Star Wars game, even though I know what is it, Squadrons is kind of it, but it's not really it. Seeing those games where it's like arcadey and there's missions and you can pick whatever ship you want. They had like the recreation of like big battles. Like that shit was fucking hot as fuck. Um, Also, I wouldn't mind seeing a remake to like we haven't had a 007 game in a while. So like if they did, I know they just re-released GoldenEye, but it's the same shit. It's just the same shit, just more pretty. Um, I wouldn't mind seeing like a new GoldenEye just redid with better, combat, and then like what shit did I fucking load? Oh, Turok. We hadn't had a Turok in fucking ever. A new Turok would be fucking dope. Like, give me Turok with like the controls from Tomb Raider and Uncharted, and you're looking at a fucking triple A fucking game.
Oh shit! You know, another game I just thought of right now is fucking oh god, I just lost the name of the game that plays like God of War, but you have the redhead chick.
Oh, Heavenly
Oh.
Sword.
That game.
Yeah,
Heavenly Sword, yeah, that needs to be remade. Like that game just was amazing, and I wish it would have got a sequel. But like, even though spoiler alert, the fucking your main character fucking dies at the end because she used the Heavenly Swords. But like, I don't know, just seeing a remake of that would be pretty cool. Like, there's an anime for it, which is kind of cool.
I saw
check
it.
that out.
Actually, so there's
really
two.
good.
I think there's an anime and a CGI movie. I've seen both because one of them it was on Netflix for like the longest fucking time. I don't know if it's still there, but it was fucking. I was like, oh, this. And Anna Torv, who plays Tess in the live action The Last of Us, is also the voice. And I don't know if she's motion capture, but she's the voice of the main character from Heavenly Sword. She comes back for the anime and the CGI movie. So I was like, oh shit, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So,
That came out like 26 years ago. God damn.
yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure she'd be down. There's interviews with her. She really loved that character, so I'm pretty sure she'd be totally down to come back. But I'd rather see some new games instead of remakes. Like I need a new Robotech. Now that they fixed all the legal issues, a new Robotech game based off the Macross Saga would be good. A GI Joe game that's actually good. Like if you put Modern Warfare and skinned it as GI Joe, do you know how much money that fucking would make?
I feel you. I feel like
so much fucking money.
The sad thing is, I think that they thought that they could just phone it in for those movies, and they made a couple of them or three of them, like two of them, and then a Snake Eyes movie or something. But
The movie, no, those don't count. The only one that counts is G.I. Joe the movie from like 85, 86.
I know. But what I'm saying is, like that franchise, I think it in some alternative universe, that franchise and the Transformer franchise, in terms of popularity, swapped places. Because
hold on, maybe, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Because it could have, would have, should have worked, but it just didn't. And I'm not.
But they still. Do you know that there was a GI Joe game that came out last fucking year?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it got okay reviews, but a lot of people are like it's not enough to keep people coming back. It's fun for like 15 minutes, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But if you played the games by High Moon, War for Cybertron, and was it Destruction of Cybertron or some shit like that? I can't remember. B-Boy, I know you know the name, but those games were fucking bad fucking ass. Like holy shit. When multiplayer, you could create your own fucking Decepticon or Autobot for multiplayer. You can put whatever you want. You can do upgrades. They had a horde mode,
Yeah.
fucking horde mode. Like that shit was on point. Those games were fucking good. War for Cybertron was probably one of the best because it had 3-player co-op, it had multiplayer, it had a horde mode, and it had like one other fucking mode, and you can custom build your shit. That shit was on point.
War for
Like
Cybertron was good. Well, I'm back. Sorry, I was gone for a while.
Yeah.
yeah, War for Cybertron, one of the best Transformer games probably ever fucking made.
It was free on PSN Plus for a little bit.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
have it on the Xbox, but there's what's the other one? There's a sequel. The sequel's good too, but they fucked it up to where you can't do co-op. It's single player.
Me- message us if everything's good. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. I'll tell you the details kind of later. But yeah,
Do
it's
a quick Google search.
Yeah. It's honestly, it's like I don't believe in divine plans, man. But
Okay.
you know, there's a lot of coincidences. I'll say that. So
Glad everything's all right.
yeah.
All right.
So y'all didn't talk about Diablo 4 or Swarm yet, right?
No, but I gotta
Okay.
do a quick segue
Go
because
ahead.
I don't think you guys know about this. I don't know if you guys saw this. We talked about black people and survivor horror. So there's a movie coming out. I just saw the fucking trailer. It's called The Blackening. It's
That's
basically when
Yeah, I
black
saw that
people are. You saw the trailer where this
Yeah.
group of black folks, they're stuck in like this. Basically the horror tropes, and they're all black. So like we're all black. So who dies first? So it's like this crazy fucking. It's like a horror comedy, but it's so fucking funny. I watched the R-rated trailer. It was in front of John Wick because I saw John Wick 4
Nice.
yesterday.
So
Yeah.
hold on, what did you guys talk about so far?
It's about RE4 and all of that. But yeah, go ahead on Diablo or Swarm, either one.
Yeah, let's go to the Diablo 4 beta. Holy shit. I loved this beta, even though there were some bugs. I mean, but it's a beta, so I can.
Beta.
It's fine that there's bugs. I hit some. None of them were game breaking per se, but some of them were really fucking weird. Like there were some times where I would walk to somewhere, but I couldn't walk there. Like it would just like rubber band me back, or I just would have like an invisible wall where I couldn't walk. And there was one where like the graphics got all fucked up, but it got fixed in like 2 minutes. But it was super weird. But the gameplay mechanics were so awesome. I played as a necromancer, and oh my god, if you read Awaken Online, you would love playing as a necromancer in this game. You got fucking corpse explosions, and you can build like a small, you know, undead squad of undead folks, and it was just I had so much goddamn fun fucking up shit in that game. But there are some issues that I was not aware of until Prodigy brought it up that he was mad about. So bring up like your issues with it, and then I'll tell you why it's funny.
Yeah, so I mean this is the classic console versus PC stuff, but I completely respect the fact that we talked about it last week that Diablo started on the PC, has that history, 20 plus years, right?
Yeah, it's been. I mean, the first Diablo was in the '90s, so I think it's
Yeah.
it's almost 30 years at this point.
So obviously the third one was my introduction to it, and I loved it. I replayed the third one as a necromancer last weekend. You know, got all the way to past level cap of 70 and all the way into Paragon. It was great. I loved it. This one does not have the Diablo 3 version of the infinite dodge roll. And that like bothered me. I guess there's they used one of the slots that you had for a power in circle, but it has a cooldown. And so I was just irked by that control completely. That just I nearly threw my controller. I was like, this ain't it for me. It was a big turnoff. I love the graphics and the cutscenes and the story and all of that.
Was so good.
Yeah, it felt like the camera, and I could probably get used to it. There's probably a setting I could do or whatever. It felt like the camera was further away than in 3, which was weird for me, but mostly it was about that dodge roll, infinite dodge roll. I was like,
So the reason why the dodge roll is funny to me is because when he brought that up, I was like, why is this not a big deal to me? And I was like, why am I not tripping out over this? And then I was watching a video and I realized that the dodge roll did not exist on the PC. It was a console feature, and I used to be a PC player only, for like the longest time. I have, a bunch of consoles, but my main thing was like PCs. And yeah, it didn't really occur to me that this was like an issue with the game. But also, I think one of the things with the dodge roll, especially as a necromancer, you kind of don't use it that much to begin with, like just dodging at all. Because if you have the right kind of build and you just have a bunch of fucking zombies, like you got to dodge once just to get away, and then your undead horde should be aggroing the vast majority of your enemies, and you're just sitting back and just destroying shit and making corpse explodes. And then when the corpses explode, they make more corpses and they explode. So, yeah.
I hear you. I was not prepared. I don't know why. I just knew I was going to be able to like dodge when needed. And I was early on. I wasn't like at the level cap or anything. I think I got to level 10, 11, 12, something like that. It's still super early, but and it wasn't like I was dying over and over again. It wasn't that. I felt sluggish. I felt like I was in quicksand.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess the necromancer is definitely not fast, so you have to kind of get used to that. And I know that on the consoles, people were saying that they would use the dodge roll all the time to like move faster, just like through normal movement. So
Absolutely.
yeah, that would be kind of odd. But yeah, like I said, for me, it didn't even occur to me that this was even a thing. So,
Yep. Funniest conversation about it because he was just like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
yeah, because that's it's PC shit. If you want to watch something that's really fun about PC shit, watch Greg Miller talk about the PC shit with The Last of Us. He throws a lot of shade, which it's funny, but it's rightfully so. I mean,
Well, that's because that Last of Us Part 1 launch on the PC is broken as absolute fuck.
That happens. But there's also a lot of other, PlayStation games that are on the PC that run fucking fine.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like I understand his argument of like these people talking about PC master race, and then you get a game and it's broken as fuck.
Yeah, a game that came out in like 2013 or some shit.
Yeah. Those are very valid arguments, especially given the fact that we always touted PCs as being like this technological marvel, and it was always ahead of like the curve with console gamers. But I told you, you quote me on the fucking podcast when the fucking PS5 came out, even before it came out, I said the PS5 has the potential to kill PC gaming because of the way they designed their SSD. And look what's happening.
They're right there. Right there.
Yeah, it has met or exceeded. If people were having problems with The Last of Us Part 1 when they had an RTX 480, and that's basically, that shit costs more than a fucking PS5. Just a graphics card.
Yep.
And they were having problems. So anyway, let me rewind a little bit. Getting back into the Diablo 4 open beta, I was viscerally satisfied with the storytelling. It was so good in this one, and especially like the early on plot twist. I was just like, oh, okay, like this is where we're going, huh? And I love Lilith, like that character. She's fucking awesome. The fact that she's just bringing sin all around her, and just people just fucking shit up. I thought that was awesome. The side quests were cool. The open beta was actually rather large. Yep. If you went through all of it, I level capped, and I went through like pretty much the whole map, and it was like there was a lot of shit to do on that map. And if you're playing as a necromancer, once you level cap, you should have at least 7, if not 8 minions, and they're different. Like I had 4 guys that had scythes. I had 3 other guys that were fucking bone demons, and then I had another guy that was this big ass fucking golem that was just fucking shit up. And once you get you feel like you're a goddamn general. You just telling shit to just fuck everything up, and it's just so much goddamn fun. Everything just works so well. Like even like they had a really integrated crafting system on it. The loot system was really well done. The dungeons for the most part were pretty good. I say for the most part because some of them were recycled which is it's okay. I mean, it's a beta first of all, and then second of all, there's recycled content in a lot of games. So to me, that wasn't really a big deal. I just like going and getting the loot because the loot was the shit. I had some badass fucking loot. So that in that demo, so I really look forward to seeing what the finished product is going to be because the demo is just so good. To me, I mean, the demo was basically it was probably like an 8.5 or a 9 for me on like a game basis. So I had so much fucking fun. Did anybody else play it?
I did not.
Nope.
I
Never play any of the Diablo games.
Yeah,
Same.
People Cross did. I remember him playing, and I got with him. I think a little bit on Friday. I think he saw me rage quit.
Oh, you're right. 'Cause I can't fucking dodge roll. Once I gotta wait seconds. Bullshit.
Yeah, my motherfucking character.
Do a barrel roll.
My motherfucking
I
character.
do barrel.
That's not ready yet. I was like, how fucking dare you? What the fuck you mean that's not ready yet? Talking shit to me.
Yeah, I get it, man. It's just, yeah, I get it. It's only because the only reason why we're opposite on this because you were used to it and I'm not.
Yeah,
it wasn't a thing.
It probably wouldn't have even been a thing if I hadn't just fucking finished Diablo 3 again.
Yeah,
I played it last weekend. That was the thing. So it is what it is. But I'll reserve judgment. Maybe they'll surprise me. Maybe that launch they'll add the fucking dodge roll, and I'll be as happy as a fucking pig and shit.
I mean, they have time to do it. It comes out in June, so they have time to definitely because they definitely I think they need to nerf the Necromancer a little bit. I literally played it on veteran mode, and I died literally once only because I just fucked up and I wasn't paying attention like at all. But I just ran through. It was like a train on everybody. Like nobody even fucking came close except for that one time where I fucked up and I was thinking like I had a second thought on it and it's like yes you have to do some resource management especially like with the build that I had that may be kind of more OP than other people probably because they put in a thing where the bone sorcerer like undead when they throw their bones they do like a lot of damage but they also take damage by throwing the bones.
Yeah,
and so they would die rather, especially if they're taking damage, they will die rather quickly. So you have to like really pay attention to like, are they still alive or are they dead or what's going on? You have to like revive another one. But if you just keep killing shit, like those are more fucking minions.
Yep.
So, but you just got to do like some more sort of careful resource management, and especially if you use like corpse explosion, which everybody fucking should because that shit is dope. Basically, every dead body is a fucking grenade, and. It was so. I think I was just geared towards making that character OP only because I read A Weekend Online, and I was like, I know what Corpse Explosion does, and I know how much fucking chaos that would cause in any battle because it just multiplies the amount of death that happens. And when you get the golem, he drops corpses as he's attacking, and those are basically just dropping grenades. And it's amazing. Even if he's not killing something, he'll drop a corpse like out of his body, and you can just blow it up. So when you're against like a boss, you can just use that to devastating effect.
Good shit. Yeah. Kronus, you have watched at least a episode of this wildness known as fucking Swarm.
I did, and I needed a minute after the first one. I was ill prepared for that fucking craziness.
This shit is wild, is it not?
It is. It's the fucking craziest show I've watched in a minute. I'd have to go back and think. Maybe Tiger King might have been like the last really fucking crazy show that I've watched. And this
What platform
one
is it on?
What's up?
Amazon.
What platform can
Yeah.
and you watch Swarm on?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. And it's funny because I think I showed you guys like the trailer for it. I was like, this looks interesting. And then I got like early access to it and I didn't watch it because I got a bunch of shit going on. And then Prodigy watched it and he was like, y'all got to watch this shit. It's fucking crazy. And so I finally had time to watch some of it today. And I was, you just, god damn.
Did you make it?
What's up?
Did you make it to episode 2 yet?
No, I'm just on episode 1.
Okay.
You knew about
Did you watch like the first 10 minutes of episode 2? So didn't somebody say like there's some cheeks being clapped?
Don't spoil. Don't spoil.
Well, I mean, episode 1, there's Chiefs getting clapped.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, episode 1, and it's very early on. Is just like the main character in this show is so goddamn like unhinged and crazy, and you get kind of like the gist of it from like the beginning, and then it just keeps getting more and more like unstable and like unhinged and just like doing really weird fucking shit. And yeah, and then the end of the episode happens, and I'm just like, something horrific happens, and then she does something even more inappropriate. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
what is happening here? I was like, I
Yeah.
can't watch the next one because I need to process what the fuck I am watching right now.
That's exactly. You have the exact reaction I had after the first one. I stopped. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I don't know what it is. It doesn't fit in any neat genre. I don't know what this is. And then, did you notice even the disclaimer before the first episode dropped?
I don't think I did. No.
Next, for episode 2, read the disclaimer that comes up on the screen. It'll be the first thing on the fucking screen. Don't look at your phone. Just watch.
Okay.
There's shit, and I guarantee you are going to have all kinds of fucking theories. You're going to see things that I didn't catch. Hobby saw some shit that I didn't catch, and then we started talking about it. Jen did. My friend James. Everybody sees this differently. I guarantee you. And I know you've heard that bullshit before. Oh, yeah, whatever. No. Everyone is going to see this shit very differently in terms of what's real, what ain't, and people's motivations in this.
Well, I mean, I can definitely tell like already that there's like the storytelling is definitely like probably not entirely accurate because the main character is so fucking crazy. Because like even in the first episode, there's a time in the episode where like something happens and I'm just like, is this like a different person? Like what the fuck? But it's the same person. I'm just like, but she's like totally different, and it's very awkward. And I love the fact that because it's Jordan Peele that does this, right?
No, Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. Oh, it's Donald Glover. Okay, Jesus Christ. All right, so this makes it even more interesting for me because I love the fact that we live in an age where we can put on something where we can have somebody, an African American person, have this level of unstableness. If you'd have pitched anything near this, even fucking 5 years ago,
Yep.
it'd have been a hard no. Hard no.
I will say this: the lead actress that plays Dre or Andrea on this, just like if I gave Jenna Ortega her flowers for Wednesday, she's already getting flowers from me.
Oh yeah. Her acting level and like the way that I perceive her to be that level of unstable is fantastic. I mean, maybe she is really crazy in real life, then maybe she's not acting. I don't know, but she probably is just acting, and she's doing a really good job. So, because I'm just like, I would stay the fuck away from you, and I can defend myself rather well. So,
well, here's the thing: if someone is completely unpredictable, you just don't know. You don't know what to expect.
Yeah. You don't know if you have like a Himalayan fucking pink salt light in the background that maybe somebody picks it up. You know?
You don't know. Please continue with it. I know this seemed very vague and non-spoilery, and that's intentional. Keep watching Kronus. I will say this, Old Ninja, get on this. Like, watch an episode or two, your jaw's gonna be on the fucking floor. I'm still talking about this one. So
it's uncomfortable to watch.
Yes,
I will say that it's very uncomfortable to watch. I mean, for a multitude of reasons. If you watch the first episode, you will totally understand. Within like the first, I would say 3 minutes, you're probably going to be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I cannot wait to see what some of your theories are and I'm gonna put some of the ones that I came up with, and Jen and James and Hobby came up with, because they were everybody got them. But
I
yeah,
wonder if has Beyonce put out a statement for the show yet, or
not that I've seen. But what's interesting, the one who was getting her cheeks clapped, Chloe Bailey,
Mhm.
she is a Beyonce. I don't know. I don't think she's self-proclaimed, but she's
shit,
like,
was that Chloe Bit? That's the Little Mermaid, right?
yeah, well,
Oh shit, it
that's
is
sister of the Little Mermaid. Yeah,
the sister. Okay, because I was like, they have a very similar facial structure.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's it. But she's a Beyonce protege, and there's consistent themes with that I won't go into detail. But yeah, we'll see if you pick up on some stuff in episodes. It's only 7 episodes, so
there's gonna be 7. Like I would say thick episodes.
yes,
you know.
yeah, you're gonna have to sit down for some of those. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm glad you fucking started it, man. It is.
But are all the episodes out now?
Yeah, they're all out.
Yeah.
They're all out.
Okay, they're not doing the weekly.
Don't watch the show around kids.
No.
I mean, you have to be a really, really shitty parent.
Yeah.
To because, like I said, in the first 3 minutes, the kid should be leaving.
Yes.
So,
I will even say this. I watched it with Mishka, and after episode 1 or 2, she was just like, "I'm out." Like,
yeah.
craziness. But she was like, "Okay, I'll stick for one more." And then her jaw was on the floor so much, she was like, "We might as well fucking finish this."
So I saw Mishka put up like a post, like a discussion board. Like she's all, I have to talk about the show. Like, god dang, even Mishka's all fucked up on the show. Like, god dang.
Yeah, man.
You need like an outreach program.
It's a lot. The show is a lot. Yeah.
Old Ninja, real quick, and I know it's getting a little lateish, but I do want to hear. You did see Mr. Wick destroying a whole bunch of people in Paris.
No spoilers, please.
Yeah, no spoilers.
It's all over. It's all over the world. So I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm probably not gonna really talk about it. I'm just gonna say, just go fucking see it. That's all I'm gonna say. I will say this. Shout out to Shamir Anderson, who is indeed in the film. He was on our podcast. You can watch actually. I think we only have him in audio, did we not? Or was he? I can't remember.
So
I can't remember. It's been a while. I actually had a chance to meet him the last time I went to Comic-Con with Kronus. He is a very large and intimidating man.
Not to me, I'm just saying.
He's bigger than both of us. I'll say that.
He's bigger. It's not intimidating. It's a nice
He's
guy.
intimidating to me. He's an extremely nice guy. Shout out to him because he's also in the Halle Berry movie where she's like a MMA fighter. He's like her trainer.
Oh,
He's also like her boss. He does a really good job in that. He's an asshole in the film, but does a great asshole. He's good. He has this interesting role in the new John Wick. But shout out to him. Hopefully he's in the MCU soon. I heard rumors that he might be Blue Marvel in the upcoming The Marvels. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm just gonna say, just go see it. It is definitely worth it. It is 3 hours long. Just to prep you, it is a very long film, but there's a lot of shit going on. I will say this, that we don't really see nunchucks that often, even in like martial arts films, and they brought it back in spectacular style. So
go ahead.
Okay, legal.
I was going to say real quick. I did see it. I echo what Old Ninja was saying. I'm not going to spoil shit. But this is my favorite John Wick movie. And that's saying a lot because they're all really, really fucking good.
They're all good, but this one just takes it to a new level.
Yep.
So Shamir Anderson is actually our third most listened to podcast of all time. It's the one. It's an S-Class interview with Dominic Provost Chalk Lee and Shamir Anderson. Because they were both in Winona Earp, and it was a fantastic episode.
Yeah.
They're great people. The chance to meet them at Comic-Con was once in a lifetime for me. They're very, very great people. I even got to see god dang, now I can't remember her name. She's the star of the show. I saw Winona Earp herself
Oh shit!
and she,
I'm blank.
uh,
Yeah, I forgot her name now too.
yeah, but she's in Star Trek. She's in
Melanie.
Star Trek. Melanie Scarpano.
Yeah.
So she was a star of Winona Earp. She's in Star Trek Strange New Worlds now. You can see her in the most current season. Season 2 will be out this summer. I think June. Oh, in June. About June 15th. So we're getting more. She'll be in it again. I'm assuming because she doesn't die. I Speaking of Star Trek, I did want to talk about it, but there's not enough time.
No,
We'll
no, go
probably,
ahead.
I know.
You guys-
I need to catch up, so we'll talk about it next episode.
yeah, because I'm caught up, and there's a new episode like literally in like an hour and a half, and I'm not gonna wait. I'm fucking watching that shit. I'll ask you this: how far are you in the
I've
show?
only watched the first like maybe one or two. I need to like.
Woo!
Sorry, my life has been
Yeah, I
like,
know.
yeah.
I thought so. I was under the impression that it was like one of your top 3 shows that you were watching.
I mean, normally it is, but like I said, there was like a lot of there's been a lot of shit that, especially like super recently.
Yeah.
A lot of shit.
The recent
And
stuff like it. Even before that, I knew you were doing other shit, but I thought it was like one of the most consistent shows. But it's totally fine.
it normally
You need to get
is.
stuck.
Normally
Okay,
it is.
fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. Because like, but we have a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah,
on this
because
new
I
fucking
know
season.
Jordy comes back. Yeah.
Bro, everyone's back. Everyone's
Yeah.
fucking back. I mean, they're in the trailer, but it's not just that. It's written so fucking well. If you are a Star Trek nerd, your head probably explodes every Thursday. It's fucking ridiculously good. It's definitely better than season 2. I know it was mixed for a lot of people with season 2. This is infinitely better than fucking Star Trek Nemesis. I know people are trying to be like, oh, well, look back. It's really not that bad. No, it's fucking bad. Nemesis is bad. This should have been Nemesis. This is what Nemesis should have been. So, but it's a really good fucking show. The quality is good. I can go on and on. I'm gonna wait till we fucking talk about it.
You know what? Y'all need to start the show off with that. Just put a pin in it. Like start it off.
Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, he's got to catch up though, because I will. I'm gonna end up spoiling shit. It's so fucking good. Like,
How many episodes are out right now?
6. So 7 will be out like tonight at midnight on our time. I'm pretty sure all the other coasts have already seen the 7th episode. I'm pretty sure they're gonna go 10, maybe 12 episodes this season. We shall see.
We haven't even had a chance to talk about Mando.
No, we haven't. Mando's out today too.
If y'all want to go in on Mando, go right ahead. I'm probably going to dip because it's getting a little late.
No,
for me. But if you want to do Mando, go ahead. I haven't seen it.
We can wrap it up.
I'm cool with rapping. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
Yeah, let's wrap.
So hold on, real quick. I just saw Blue's message about if people could hear me in the background when I was having that conversation.
Some of the people in the chat said they could hear you in the background.
Okay, well, shit. So the people that are in the chat, we'll have to actually can this podcast then because that was a very personal conversation.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll listen through it if it comes through on the. It was definitely. Oh shit. Okay, I know I did wrong here.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, we can't release the podcast, so.
Yeah, do what you have to do. Keep things confidential.
The little chop in there.
No, it'd be a huge chop.
Okay.
I can't. With the conversation, I can't. Yeah, sorry.
Confidentiality is
I
important.
mean, I could chop, I guess, the whole thing out, but yeah, I can't have that on live, like put out there like that.
Keep it confidential.
Yeah.
So once the live stream is done, we're gonna have to take it down.
Yeah. So everybody in the live stream, you got to listen to the whole podcast, but nobody else will. So I'll have to delete the live stream too.
All right. So we're gonna wrap.
Yes. Let's wrap it real quick because I mean it doesn't really matter.
Well, no, we'll fix it in post.
Yeah. Anything topic for you, old ninja, real quick?
Not a whole lot. I'm still trying to get these raids off the ground. I thought Stitch was going to be available, but I didn't pay attention, and I wasn't paying attention too close. He's out of town at the moment. He's doing some upgrades on his armor, so he's unable to do any of the raids. He wanted to do it over the weekend. I was unable to, but we're trying to do the Modern Warfare 2 Part 2 of the raid. And trying to get Prodigy up in there. I know he's been talking about it, so we're trying to do that. Trying to do some Destiny raids. Still trying to finish all these fucking games that I got. watching all the shows. Hopefully, we'll be able to talk about the card next fucking week because I've been bursting at the seams. Even Mando hasn't bubbled me over, but I'm pretty close. Pretty close. I'm almost there.
All you gotta do is get me into Modern Warfare 2 raids is throw thick Jill Valentine up in there in the lingerie.
Hey, hold on, but
not in the game.
can you dodge roll in Modern Warfare? I'm just saying.
You can dodge slide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not the same. I'm not fuck every game that you can infinite dodge. Yeah, you know.
I mean, you can pretty much infinitely dodge slide kind of, but you can't roll. So, also I'm trying to get Battlefield 2042, like some streaming stuff.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
No, well, we had like a little squad they want to play, so we're gonna Twitch out hopefully in a couple days. We tried doing it today, didn't really work out.
All three.
Yeah, no, it's 4 of us. So we're gonna try to do a little bit of fun stuff. There'll be some Twitch stuff hopefully this weekend for people who watch the Twitch stream. So I gotta do like Kronus did. I gotta pick a day and catch up on fucking comics. It's still been raining. It'll be raining off and on for the rest of the weekend. So gotta tend to some yard stuff. So that's it for me.
Good shit, Kronus, real quick.
Yeah, the last few days of my life has been like one of the most weirdest like 4 days of like 4 or 5 days like I've ever had. Like I don't believe in, I'm not religious at all, but there's some times where like you have enough coincidences that it's like, all right, something weird's going on. So yeah, I'm not gonna get into like exactly what happened, but I will say that I was really close to stepping down from the board of Rescue Residents. If you listen to this podcast enough, you'll know that Rescue Residents is a nonprofit that me and Papa Bear started to help end veteran homelessness. And like a lot of shit's been going on. I was gonna step down, and then like a bunch of shit happened in the last 4 days that is gonna make me reinvest into Rescue Residents and make sure that this nonprofit thrives, and to make sure that people that need help are going to get help. And I'm gonna take steps. I took some steps today. I'm going to take more steps tomorrow to get more and more active into it because it hit me in my personal life, and I need to fix some things. And I need to, you know, it's kind of like a calling that I need to do this and help some people. And I'm kind of glad that I'm glad that it happened. Like what happened kind of sucks, but it's great because it's helping me in a direction I need to go, because the last few months for me, or actually the past year, I've been kind of rudderless, and it hasn't been great. It's been actually pretty shitty. But I think this is like kicking me in the ass to like do something and make some things better. And yeah, so hopefully you'll see me on like the Rescue Residents TikTok sometime soon. I'll explain in some more terms on there, and we're going to start up a campaign for this year. We're making a goal of tripling our donations this year for Rescue Residents of donation amounts of $25 or more. So if you go to rescueresidents.org, see our mission statement. If you believe in that, donate. If you can donate $25 or more, would 100% appreciate it, and it will help us reach our goal of tripling our $25 or more donations this year. And there's plenty of time this year. We'll get 100% do it. It's super easy, and it'll help us. This will 100% help me and something that I'm trying to do, and the organization directly, immediately, because there's something that I need to do for someone else, and the donations would go directly towards helping that and other unhoused veterans. So if you believe in that statement, go to rescueresidents.org, and you can follow us on social media, and you will see directly where your dollars go. If you go on there right now, you'll see that we already have an ambulance that's being converted. It's been wrapped with our colors and our whole thing. It looks fucking awesome. Papa Bear's out there daily doing shit for our organization, and he's making a difference. So check it out. If not, it's all good. But if you can spare some dollars, definitely help us out, and it will definitely make a difference. And we will document where the money is going. That's all I got.
Shit, Blue.
Yeah, I don't know if I can follow that up.
I knew you were going to that sounds a
Yeah.
lot.
I'll keep it short. Yeah, so like little Bash's birthday was back on the 17th, but we couldn't do anything because he was sick.
Oh,
And
man.
then the Sweetness was sick the following week, or the Sweetness and I both were sick the following week. But yeah, this weekend we're finally gonna go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium with him, so I'm looking forward
right
to
on.
that. Yeah, and like he's got like this little like this teddy bear shark he's been playing with lately.
Is it a
So I
baby
think
shark?
he might.
Do, 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 do.
No, it's a big shark. No. Actually, he's at least in this house. He's never heard that song. They might play it at daycare, but
No,
yeah.
it'd be tiburon. Do, 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 do. How do you say baby in Spanish?
Spanish
Baby
version?
tiburon.
Baby, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you've been playing Resident Evil 4. You sound like a real, real zombie there.
My daughter is in a dual language immersion class. So she teaches me Spanish at this point.
Yeah. She's all walking there. Don't ask do biblioteca, daddy.
Yeah, so the volume is right over there.
Don't ask do baños.
I know where the bathroom is too.
But no, like, yeah, I'm actually really excited about taking them there just because, you know, the Monterey Bay Aquarium is a really cool adult spot. And just to see that, see that world through his eyes is really crazy. But like, this kid is just, it's just crazy. Like, he just keeps coming up with, like, not creating his own words, but he says new words like every day. And it's like, yo, what the hell? Like, how did you learn that word? Like, what the hell's going on? But then also, like, he's like learning more like sign language too, which is crazy. And like, I think he does sign language that we don't know, so it's kind of sad. So I need to kind of freshen up on my sign language so I understand what he's talking about. But no, other than that, just trying to relax, doing a job searching still, working on this certification. I hope it'll be done by maybe mid-April. I can really start doing some serious job searching. But other than that, just living my life, like Rihanna says.
Good shit. Shout out to Stitch and Kronus. I saw both of them yesterday. It was really cool to see them live and in person. And it's just good to kind of get some beer and fucking eat some fucking spicy ass wings and enjoy ourselves. So that was fun.
I'm hoping to be able to come down there for my birthday.
Oh, good
Still working on it, but we'll see. But I also know that Kay has her surgery on the 28th, so I might have to like figure something out.
I gotta be the asshole friend. When is your birthday again?
The 30th of April.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah. Prodigy's still here, so yeah. He should have time. I don't know if
we'll see. We'll see.
We'll work it out, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Can't wait to talk about Swarm next week.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing more.
I'm gonna watch it, check it out.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for everybody that's listening to this podcast where I'm gonna heavily edit it. I'm gonna probably edit like 40 fucking minutes out of the podcast. So sorry, guys.
It's all good. All right, y'all. Let's end it.
All right. You just experienced Black and Black to Infinity. Check us out everywhere with Beat and BTI. Anywhere you listen to podcasts is BTHA and BTI. We have a Discord to let people know. We have a Discord. So let us know you want to join. Email us at btbti@gmail.com. We've seen a lot of requests recently. It's been a nice little uptake. If we haven't gone to you yet, please be patient. We'll get to you, let you know we'll let you in or not. Or maybe we won't. Go fuck yourself. Check out our official website, benhandproductions.com/BTI. Then on Amazon, we have an app to let you know we go live. It'll let you watch us on there as well. And yeah, check out our socials, Black and Black Infinity, BTI, whatever tickles your shenanigans.
Thick Jill Valentine in that fucking lingerie. You know what it is.
I feel so goddamn dumb right now because remember a couple of weeks ago when who the fuck was it? It was Devil Tank when he said that he couldn't hear me playing video games in the background.
Oh yeah.
I literally know exactly why that happened and why this happened today is because I muted you guys, but I didn't mute the fucking the little mixer.
God damn it.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
that's exactly why. So I'll learn in the future. So this won't ever happen again. Sorry.
No way.
I mean, we're only human. We make mistakes, so it's
Yeah.
not.
Peace.
Later.